My name is Rachel. Um, this is like the 10th time I've tried to record this. So, let's try this again. I finally got one, but then it didn't upload properly, so do over. Okay, let's see. I am a vocal general music teacher for grades K1 and 2. I am actually at a two-building school, which is why I only have three of the six grade levels. So I do occasionally get to work with the other three grade levels. I help out with fourth and fifth grade chorus. Um, this is my sixth year teaching. My first 5 years, I was not at one school. I have always taught at the school that I'm at, but I was an itinerant there, and so I was only there for anywhere from 2 to 3 days a week over the past 5 years, and then the additional days of the week because I was at several other schools, and I taught grades K through 5. So it's kind of nice to be settled this year and to be at one school and to not be moving all around the county. um, I live in Harford County, Maryland. That's where I work. And let's see, my inspiration. I think I draw a lot of inspiration from my students and seeing what kind of impact I can have on them, what kind of impact music can have on them, and not just what kind of impact musically, but what kind of impact socially and emotionally and on all kinds of different levels and all of the things. I mean, we all know all of the things that music can do for an individual, not necessarily just music. For instance, I am putting together a musical with my second grade students. I have seven second grade classes, and so I put together three different performances, and we held auditions this week. Um, but just seeing how they're doing with all of that has been really cool. Um, for instance, I have a girl who stutters, and yet she tried out for a solo, and at first I was nervous for her because, she's singing in front of her classmates, and in second grade, you still have that huge risk of like, you tell them to be respectful of one another, but you still have the ones that giggle when a classmate messes up or does a poor job. And I'm really strict about making the classroom a safe space and respect of one another, but it's hard. Um, but she actually did a really beautiful job, and it's interesting to see how I've noticed this before with other students who have a little bit of a stutter, where when they sing, it kind of goes away. I'm sure there are lots of different reasons as to why. I think it's probably because they are forced to slow down. The music forces them to slow down and to think about the words that they're saying. And so, depending on the reasons for their stutter, I think with a lot of them that helps it, or in some cases makes it go away altogether, which is just amazing. Um, I also have another little girl who tried out this week, and I swear I haven't heard her say five words all year long. She almost never raises her hand. When she does, and I talk to her, I mean, she looks like she's gonna cry. She's just so shy, and yet she tried out and just really came out of her shell, and it was amazing, and it was beautiful, and it was just a really cool thing to see. And I'm so glad that I videotaped their auditions. I really only videotaped them so that I could personally go back and view them, especially if it came down to trying to decide between kids for main parts or whatever. But I was able to show her classroom teacher her audition tape, and he was just astounded because he, like me, she had hardly talked all year long, and it's March. And it's just really cool sometimes to see what brings these kids out of their shell. And I mean, sometimes it's unexplainable, but they've found something that inspires them, which in turn inspires me. It's just sorry it's just really cool to see all of the different changes. I thought that I would, honestly, I was nervous when I got this position about having K1 and 2 all the time, all week long, just the little kids. but I feel like I have gotten to appreciate them and gotten to know them on a different level when I'm not teaching the older children anymore, and I've actually really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought that I would. And I think part of that reason is my other inspiration is my son. He just turned 2, and I definitely having him in my life has definitely changed my teaching style. I personally think for the better. I view things differently. It's not a big difference, and it's probably not a difference anybody else will notice except for myself. But I feel more, I don't know, I feel like I can relate to the kids differently. I try to understand them differently, maybe because I'm trying to view it as how would I want my son's teacher to handle this situation or treat him in this situation, and I see the things that he struggles with, just even at the age of 2, the things that he struggles with are the things that he does well, and how he feels and acts when he does something good or when he's proud of himself, and I'm able to understand and approach it from a different level. Honestly, I think I have more patience. I don't find myself getting as irritated at the little things, especially with the small children. And maybe it's because I have all small children all day long, all the time, and I don't get a break. Uh, but I don't find myself getting as irritated when they're like, you know, crying because somebody looked at them funny. I mean, let's face it, that's irritating. Um, but uh, I it's it I feel like I find inspiration in lots of different things, in lots of different places often. And I just am really, really excited about this class. Young children and the impact music can have on young children is a true passion of mine. Um, I have thought about doing a music therapy type of thing. It was actually, to be perfectly honest, what I was thinking about getting my undergrad in until I realized the lack of jobs. um, but it's definitely something that I am interested in after past my master's. I see how our PE department, I don't know what other states or other counties do, but in Harford County, our PE department, they have a pull-out program. And so kids that qualify for different needs of all different levels, the PE teachers, they can pull them out and work with them one-on-one or in small groups about with the different needs that they have. And I think that there would be a huge advantage to doing that with music, particularly children with autism or children that have different fine motor, have trouble with different fine motor skills. And I see how much they excel when I only get to see them, once or twice a week, depending on the schedule. And I think it would be really, really cool and it would be really neat if music could have some sort of pull-out program. I feel like we're really far away off that, but I think that that would be really cool. Um, let's see, other inspiration. Songs. I get so much inspiration from songs. We probably all do. Uh, I could, go on and on and on. And sometimes I feel like it's songs that you wouldn't think would inspire, but they do. Maybe because of the story behind the song, or the inspiration of the artist to write the song, or what was happening when I heard the song. All kinds of different things. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where you all where you all get your inspirations from. So I guess I will probably see you all and talk to you all later. I look forward to meeting you all virtually. So have a good evening and see you later.